My dear, you are not crazy. You are not weak. And you are not alone. If you've just discovered that the person you trusted most, perhaps the father of your child, the partner you built your life around, the one you let into the most sacred corners of your body and soul, has betrayed you, then I want to start by telling you something that many women in your place never hear soon enough. This is trauma. You are not overreacting. You are reacting to a rupture in your sense of reality, your safety, and your self-worth. Infidelity is not just about sex. It is a violation of the relational contract, a deep psychological injury. As Dr. Shirley Glass wrote, affairs are like an earthquake that shatters the foundation of your emotional home. The shaking doesn't stop just because the truth is out. In fact, for many women, the earthquake begins only after disclosure. You might be swinging between numbness and rage, grief and obsession. You might feel like a fool. You might feel like everything you thought was real has turned to dust. Please know, these are normal reactions to abnormal circumstances. The anxiety, the racing thoughts, the feeling that your body is no longer your own, the images that won't stop replaying, this is your nervous system trying to make sense of something senseless. And if your partner betrayed you with someone younger, someone who made you feel less than, or someone who even had the cruelty to taunt or harass you afterward, the pain is not only layered, it is profoundly unjust. You may be asking yourself, what did I do to deserve this? Wasn't I enough? Did he ever really love me? Please hear this, from the deepest place of care I can offer you. His infidelity is not your failure. As Esther Perel teaches, people cheat not always because they are unhappy with their partner, but often because something in themselves feels lost, unworthy, or dead. The affair becomes a misguided attempt at aliveness, escape, or validation. That doesn't make it right, and it certainly doesn't make it fair. But it does remind us that this is not about your inadequacy. You may have been exhausted from new motherhood, your body still recovering, your self-image fragile. You may have been trying to stay afloat, juggling diapers and dishes and deadlines. And in that very vulnerable season, he looked away. He sought something else. And instead of holding you through your hardest chapter, he added pain to your plate. That is not love. That is not care. That is a failure of courage and responsibility on his part, not a reflection of your worth. Now you are left picking up the pieces, and it is so unfair. But here's where I want to pause. Because while this betrayal may shake the foundation of who you thought you were, it will not destroy you. In fact, you may slowly, painfully, but powerfully come to discover that this unraveling is not the end of you. It's the beginning of your return to you. We do not have to forgive to heal. We do not have to rush to reconciliation or force ourselves to move on quickly. What you need now is not pressure to make a decision, but permission to take your time, to grieve, to rage, to curl up and cry, to feel like a ghost in your own life, and to eventually find your way back to yourself. Because something else is true too, you are still in there. The woman who is radiant, sexual, intelligent, deep. The woman who once lit up when she looked in the mirror. She is not gone, she is buried under shock, shame, and sorrow, but she is not gone. And this heartbreak, while excruciating, is also a moment to reclaim her. To meet yourself again, not as someone broken, but as someone becoming. Dr. Alexandra Solomon says healing from infidelity often requires two parallel journeys. The first is deciding whether the relationship can be repaired. But the second, and just as important, is deciding what kind of relationship you now want with yourself. This is your moment to begin that second journey, to tend to your wounds with fierce self-compassion, to rebuild trust not in him, but in your intuition, your strength, your sanity. To say, even if I've been lied to, I will no longer lie to myself about what I need. And what you need now is grace, gentleness, stability, and time. You will not feel like this forever. The waves will not always knock you down. Your reflection in the mirror will not always make you flinch. One day you will look at yourself and think, I didn't deserve what happened to me, but I am so damn proud of who I became because of it. Until then, rest, grieve, write, scream, be held by women who've walked this path. And when you're ready, begin asking new questions. What do I want? What does safety feel like? What parts of me are ready to rise? You are not alone. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are in the sacred process of remembering your own worth. And I am holding that vision for you until you can hold it for yourself. Save this and listen to as many times as you need. With deep care and faith in your healing,